name is Mohammed.
My name is Albert Sorry, India region, and
the name is Edwin Official.
I am Rafik Salami.
Welcome back from the break. Neonatal jaundice, a yellow-orange discoloration of the skin and sclera of neonates, is a major cause of preventable childhood mortalities and long-term impairment despite the high level of awareness of neonatal jaundice in Ghana. With the month of May declared as the Yellow Month by the Pediatric Society of Ghana to raise awareness, my colleague Anas Sabit has been interacting with the head of the pediatric ward at the Techiman Holy Family Hospital, where neonatal jaundice continues to be leading cause of admission among newborns. There is more in the following report.
Many newborn babies develop jaundice, a condition in which the skin and whites of the eyes are yellowish in color within the first few days after birth. In fact, about half of all newborns develop mild jaundice in the first few days. With evidence from the Ghana Health Service showing that the incidence of neonatal jaundice among newborns rising in recent years, we paid a visit to the neonatal intensive care unit of the Techiman Holy Family Hospital to assess the situation. Dr. Jacqueline Japoma Asibe is a senior specialist pediatrician at the facility.
Jaundice in newborns, we say we have what is normal, or because of their physiology, it's normal. So as much as those who are born on time, the 10 babies, 60%, which means if you take 5 babies, 3 babies will become yellow. It's normal. If you even take the premature, those who weren't born before time, 80%. So that means if you take 5, 4 will be jaundice. Why? Because newborns are born with a lot of blood cells. In the uterus, they need lots of blood cells to carry oxygen. When they come out now, they don't need all that blood. So some will break down. And we get the jaundice or the bilirubin from the breakdown of the cells. So it's a normal physiology.
Dr. Jacqueline noted that just like other health facilities, jaundice amongst children continue to remain the leading cause of admissions in the neonatal units.
Then I would say that in the whole of the country, every newborn unit, jaundice is one of the leading cause of admission. Even today, we just had a morbidity and mortality meeting for April to look at our April data and realize jaundice was the leading cause of admission. So as much as 15 to 20% of babies admitted here is because they were yellow.
Sadly, the phototherapy machine, which is key in the treatment of newborn jaundice, is not available in most facilities. Here at the Techiman Holy Family Hospital, these newborns on admission have to spend longer periods on admission as they share the 5 phototherapy machines at the facility.
Currently here we have 5, but it's still not enough. So the worst case scenario is we can have 6 babies who will be using one phototherapy machine, Firefly. So they alternate every 4 hours. So it means this child on admission, why he came is to have the light. The whole day has only 4 hours. And that is not adequate because really if you are treating, some babies may need 3 to 4 or 7 days continuous light. So if every day have 4 hours, if we are calculating, it takes longer.
To help create awareness as well as raise funds to purchase more of these phototherapy machines, the Pediatric Society of Ghana declared the month of May as the Yellow Month.
This Yellow Month was initiated the past 3 or 4 years, where May has been declared Yellow Month to create awareness about what jaundice in the newborn is. And then through that offer advocacy to be able to purchase one of the important equipment for managing the jaundice in newborn, that's phototherapy.
Dr. Jacqueline, however, admonishes parents to send their wards to the hospitals for immediate treatment should they spot signs of yellowness in their newborns.
As I said, between the two, the one that is problematic, the one that is not problematic, with your naked eye you can't see. That's why it has to come for us to assess. Is it the normal or is it the abnormal? Then we treat. So all these are some of the reasons why this Yellow Month has been put in place to educate and bring people on board. And I would say it's really yielded results.
Anas Sabit, JoyNews, Techiman.
We move to the Volta region now, and the chiefs and people in the Kpeje traditional area are protesting the siting of an Agenda 111 project in the whole West District of the Volta region. They argue that constructing the district hospital in Jolupita flout a convention to equitably distribute development projects across the district. The convener of the Peje Youth Association, Kasim Osman Ademu, therefore implored the government to act according to the convention by erecting the hospital in Peje or face their wrath. There is more in this report.
Residents of Peje thronged the streets to protest the siting of the Agenda 111 project in Jolokwita. According to them, the Whole West Congress of Paramount Chiefs had a convention to guide the equitable distribution of development projects when the district was created in 2012. Avatime would benefit from tourism projects, Abutia would house agriculture projects, education projects would be sited in Awudome, and health-related projects would be in Peje. The chiefs and the people of Peje got infuriated when the government allocated the Agenda 11 project, a district hospital facility, to Jolokwita, ignoring the convention.
We were promised that the hospital will be sited at Peje because it is an elongated district, and so we feel that these things should be shared equally among us. Now, sadly enough, quite recently we heard that there has been a change, that the district hospital is being sited at Jolokwita instead of Peje, which is very unusual, and in fact we feel very, very embarrassed, very, very terrible. We don't believe that the president is changing this.
However, the Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, had explained what informed the decision to construct the hospital in Jolokwita to the Whole West Congress of Paramount Chiefs during an earlier visit. Togbe Achiridum V, who was part of the delegation, said he was not convinced with the explanation.
No, we told him that we were still not convinced of what he said, because we don't know those people who came to inspect the place. He said a report was written by some doctors. If they come to discuss this or to see the site and there is a thing, they should let us be involved. Then we all discuss and know what is going to happen next. But they didn't inform us.
Convener of the Peje Youth Association and assembly member for Peje Ablimetoji, Kasim Osman Adamu, gave the government 2 weeks ultimatum to rescind its decision or face their wrath.
We have resolved as a matter of urgency to consider the following. A. Deassociating ourselves from Whole West District Assembly. B. Our 2 assembly members shall not participate in any sitting in the Whole West District Assembly. No revenue collector from the Whole West District Assembly shall be welcome into Peje henceforth. Finally, no political activity by the ruling government will be tolerated in any part of Peje community if nothing is done or conveyed to us during the next 2 weeks.
You are also aware that government services will still have to run. So we are pleading with you to agree that as for issues such as waste management, revenue and others, we will continue to handle them. And I believe all authorities are listening and they will get back to you.
Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews, Peje.
Let's come to the Central Region, because the Central Regional Police Command has assured family of slain 24-year-old Cape Coast Technical University students that they are working hard to apprehend the perpetrators behind the demise of their relative. Already the police are holding the boyfriend of the deceased and have some witnesses to assist them with the investigations. Central Regional Police Commander DCOP Alex Amenyo gave the assurance when they visited the family of the deceased at Takoradi in the Western Region to condole with them. There is more in the following reports.
The 24-year-old was allegedly killed and dumped at Ola, a suburb of Cape Coast. The death of the student shocked many residents. A couple of days ago, the MP for Cape Coast South, George Kweku Rikit-Hagen, paid a visit to the police administration and asked them to intensify the investigations because they want to get to the bottom of the matter. On Tuesday, the Central Regional Police Command, led by the Regional Police Commander, DCOP Alexander Amenyo, paid a visit to the family of the deceased at Takoradi. He assured them the police were on top of their game and the perpetrators will not go unpunished.
About a week ago, that is on the 13th of May 2022, there was an incident. A case that we thought was just a mere accident, a hit and run issue, came out to be a murder case. The body that we found, as if it was hit by a car that has escaped, happened to be a level 300 young lady who was killed and her genitals removed. The case is under investigation at the regional headquarters, and we are in touch with the family of the deceased, and we have some suspects, and we have a lot of witnesses, and the case is on. But this morning, the regional command thought of, looking at our vision and mission, we need to do more. It is not only investigating, but we need to console the victims' family. They hail from Takoradi. So this morning, myself and some of my lieutenants, including the PRO and the staff officer, went to the western region in the capital, Takoradi. We were able to get to the house in the company of the Western Regional Police Commander, DCOP, Mr. Ajiman. He accompanied us with other officers, and we went to the house. Actually, we went to console the family and the couple, the parents of the victim and the relatives who were gathered. We discussed a lot of things, and we gave them the assurance what we are doing so far, and assure them that we will get to it, because it was something that nobody thought of, and we didn't know what actually happened. But I believe that we will unearth and unravel the mystery. Pertaining to, in addition to that, we discussed what they will need during the funeral. They asked us to give them security as well. We all agreed to provide security and also come and attend the funeral and to console with them. They had the assurance that we shall deal with the investigation and they will get justice.
The family thanked the police administration for their support and urged them to unravel the mystery behind the death of the 24-year-old. In a related development, the police administration also received an air conditioner donated by Sankotex Pharmacy to help the police with their work. The owner of the pharmacy called on public-spirited individuals to assist the police to enable them discharge their duties efficiently. Reporting for Joy News, Richard Nyarko, Cape Coast.
We go back to the Ashanti region because the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources has intervened in resolving a long-standing lavatory crisis at the Mofratro Girls' School. Cecilia Abnadapa handed over a solar-powered 8-seater toilet to the school in the Otafo municipality of the Ashanti region. There is more in this report.
The solar-powered 80-seater lavatory fitted with mechanized boreholes is an upgrade of other sanitary facilities on the school premises, which has been in use for the past 80 years. The construction of the facility is part of the Sanitation Ministry's policy to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals 6.2 of addressing access to adequate sanitation and hygiene and ending open defecation, especially among girls, by 2030. The Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Cecilia Abnadapa, who is an old student, urged management of the school to ensure proper maintenance of the facility.
We've come to commission this very important project because the old girls, we have a platform, a very vibrant platform, and it was put on it that the school toilets facilities, which had lasted and kept this school for about 80 years, was so dilapidated that we needed to raise money to build new ones for the school. We raised a few, maybe thousands, and then I realized that as a sector ministry, we also owe the school some obligation because the school is lucky to have an old girl as the sector minister.
The construction of the solar-powered lavatory by the Community Water and Sanitation Agency is to cut down on costs of bills in the school. Chief Executive Officer of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Wolanyo Kwajo Siabi, said the agency is committed to providing safe drinking water and related sanitation services.
We went round to look at the sanitation and water situation in the schools. We noted that there are issues with most of the schools. So we have been talking to the World Bank and to see how we can support the schools. This is a water closet toilet, and then we will need water. How do we ensure that there is sustainability? So we're looking at a system where we can have a borehole providing water for flushing regularly, and also how to deal with the energy cost is to provide solar.
Headmistress of Mofatro School, Reverend Pauline Peterson, appealed to benevolent organizations and corporate institutions to provide support to all girls' institutions.
The school will be grateful for more boreholes to ease congestion at the fuel pipe stands and the tiling of this very hall.
Anita Sewajige's report, read to you.
Let's end this edition of From Our Correspondent in the Central Region. And the MPP youth in the Kumfi constituency of the Central Region have accused their regional executive of running down the party in the region and basing their governance of the party on personal sentiment and emotions. The party was supposed to go to the polls this weekend, but because of the failure of the party to conduct the constituency elections for them, their aggrieved supporters sought an injunction at the High Court. In effect, the regional elections were postponed. This was the news conference that was held earlier before the injunction application.
The new patriotic party in the Central Region is set to hold elections to elect new officers for the region. There were a few hiccups in the build-up to the elections of polling station officers and constituency officers. However, the region may be going into the elections without one key constituency, the Kumfi constituency. This is because the constituency elections are yet to be held and there is no indication of when exactly the elections will be held, pave way for the party folk in the constituency to take part in the regional contest. Constituency youth organizer aspirant Samuel Kuntutechi says the constituency would not accept the regional election results if they did not allow them to have a say in the regional leadership.
We bought our forms for nomination. Vetting was done. During the vetting process, all the aspirants were cleared except Stefan Donko. Stefan Donko was asked to go to the appeals committee at region, where former chairman, Professor Fobi, was chairman of the committee. We have a set copy of that letter where Professor Fobi cleared Stefan Donko that he should go ahead and contest the elections, and that a set date will be communicated to him. And that set date that will be communicated to him. It is the regional chairman and his committee that will set up that set date. Up to now, it's been over a month and over. That set date has not come. We have taken steps and written to the committee that we need our date to run our elections. Up to now, the date has not been given to us. We went to national to seek for a redress for them to also let us have our election. It was there that the regional chairman came out with that issue that Stefan Donko has insulted or has disrespected the regional chairman. If Stefan Donko has disrespected the regional chairman, what has it got to do with the other contestants? What has that insult got to do with the other contestant, or what has that disrespect got to do with the other contestant? I am vying for the position of a youth organizer. I've gone around the various polling stations and getting spent money on them, and you are telling me you will not communicate a date for me to run the election, for me to also take a decision at region.
Mr. Techi says if the national leadership of the party will not take a position in the matter and ensure that justice and fairness prevails, the party will bear the consequences of their silence.
Our leaders should not sit aloof. Those contesting for flag bearership, don't sit aloof. This is what you are going to do henceforth if you are not listening to us. You are not going to vote for any parliamentary candidate. Elections of parliamentary candidate will not be held in the Kumfi. Presidential aspirant candidate will never be held in the Kumfi. Presidential elections will never be held in the Kumfi. This is what we are going to do. We are going to talk to our members. They will line up. When the time comes, they will fold an empty paper. They will fold an empty ballot paper and put it into the ballot box. That's the decision that we are taking. They are saying they have money than us. They have money, so they can do whatever they like. But in everything in this world, it's not about money. It's about honesty, transparency, loyalty, truthfulness, love. That these 5 key values is what will bind us together. And I know victory will be ours. When we cross the bridge, we shall cross it.
Assistant Secretary of the party in the constituency, Barnabas Sam, indicated the party's chance of breaking the 8 is a mirage because the party does not listen to the grassroots and may lose woefully in the elections.
Because we said we want to break the 8, we want to break the 8. Now we are breaking our various constituencies. We have already break Ekunfi constituency. Other constituencies are also having the same problem. In 2024, party we are not safe. MPP, we are not safe. Things are hard for party members and Ghanaians. Things are hard for us all. Please, we need togetherness to break the 8. We can never break the 8 with this attitude.
Reporting for Joy News from Ekunfi, Richard Nyarko. And that's our show for today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Richard Nyarko. See you same time next week.
My name is Albert in the Indian region.
And the name is Edwin.
I am Prefect Salami.